All right, so we have to talk about the Facebook boycott. It's a thing that's happening in our industry, and we're here to report the news. So, for those that don't know, I'm just going to quote Digiday's Christina Manilos here. She sums it up really nicely. She says, over the last week or so, over a dozen big names like Coca-Cola, Ford, Levi's, and more have committed to stopping their paid advertising on Facebook and, for many, Facebook-owned Instagram for at least the month of July. Many smaller marketers have joined with the number of protesting brands, which now total roughly 350 according to Forbes. She then goes on to say that many of these marketers are joining the Stop for Hate. She then goes on to say, many of those marketers are joining the Stop Hate for Profit campaign. The campaign is meant to push Facebook to do something about the hate speech on its platform by hitting the company where it makes its money, advertising. So that's the scoop. That's what's going on. But just how much money are we talking? I feel like a lot of people are asking that question, or at least wondering it. And Digiday reached out to Pathmatics, which is a great name. It's an ad tracking firm, and they have estimates on what advertisers spent on Facebook last July, so July 2019. So just kind of getting an idea of what Facebook might be losing this year with this boycott. So the numbers are astounding. And again, they're estimates, but they're really specific estimates, like to the dollar. So you can check out the article in the show notes at marketingclock.com if you want the full list of brands that they reported on and their ad spends. But I've curated a list just for our dear listeners based purely on things that I like, not necessarily the craziest numbers. So Honda, for example, I drive a Honda. $205,671 last July on Facebook alone. And Chipotle, because I love a burrito, we've got $283,041. But
That's
if they
a lot of extra guac.
Or queso, because they do queso now,
Yeah.
which I haven't had yet, but I'm excited about. That was Facebook, though, last year. If they pause Instagram, too, it's a pretty big deal because looking at what they spent in June of this year, so just last month, it was over $1 million for Chipotle. And then Target, assuming that I forgive them for the raincoat debacle, spent almost $3 million last July. And then again, if we're looking at just last month on Instagram, if they pause that too, over $1 million was spent there as well. So that's a lot of dollars. And those are just three brands.
We were talking about this in our marketing meeting. Like, what's the point of pausing Facebook and not Instagram?
There is no point. You got to do both.
Are people really just doing Facebook?
It didn't say specifically. It said a lot of them are also planning Instagram, but I guess how can we know for sure, right? Until they tell us.
The other thing I liked is what Zuckerberg had said. It leaked yesterday that he said advertisers will be back to Facebook soon enough. And apparently it was a leaked email that he sent out to the staff. It's like, yeah, advertisers are going to be back. What are your options?
That's cocky, though. That's a bad look to get caught saying that. Like, that's
yeah, but okay. Right, so Jess, where are you going to go? You're going to go to Google Ads, where like there might not be as much hate like on Google search itself. All the hate is put into a ball and fired right off at their advertisers. That's where you're going to go? You're going to go to Google Ads? No.
I'm not saying I'm going anywhere. I'm staying out of this. I'm just Jess, saying cocky,
that is you,
thing to say.
It's you and me that are on Edge, Microsoft Edge. So where are you going to the Microsoft advertising? There's not enough people. Like, I get what he's saying and I get it. And he's made his decision. And like, I don't have thoughts on his opinion, but I like the fact that he's standing behind what he said to like, I'm going to let people do this. I don't like any hate speech on there, and I don't know exactly what's happening, but he's stuck by this decision and saying people are going to be back because I have a good product. Like, at least he's sticking by what he's doing. Like, for whatever that's worth, that's fine. I don't know.
Yeah, no, that's fair. And to be fair to Facebook, they did release a statement this week. Basically, Facebook does not benefit from hate was the title of it. And we'll link to it in the show notes. So you guys can read that too and decide for yourself. But they did say that zero tolerance doesn't mean zero incidents. So they're acknowledging the fact that it happens. They're not okay with it. But still, the way you said that in his leaked email, it just seemed more sinister after you've explained it.
No, it did. Okay. But, you know, because I went back through, I know Coca-Cola was one of the bigger advertisers that pulled out of this. And I looked at the ads that they were running and they stopped running. And it was like unity ads. And it was Black Lives Matter ads. And it was all these positive ads. And those are not running anymore. And I'm like, well, you were running these ads. Obviously, there's some benefit to the branding side of it for Coca-Cola. Mm-hmm. And you're using your ads to do good. And then all of a sudden you're saying, now we're just going to boycott it. I get it. You're trying to make them change things. That's fine. That's up to you. Again, I don't think people are going to be leaving for good. It's just not going to – their platform is too good to leave. and they actually care about the product and the advertisers. And like we saw, they were the first people trying to make anti-discriminatory ads years before Google, years before that. And nobody is perfect. They've decided some things are going to stay. Some people say everything has to go. People will be back. I think he's right in this. They have too good of a product.
Should have been a lawyer, Mr. Finn.
It's just common sense. It's common sense. It's common sense. And yeah. To be fair, I don't know exactly why everybody's boycotting. I know that it's about the hate speech. I don't know the full extent of it. And I'm not commenting on that at all. It's just, he's made his decision. He's made his comments. They've pulled a lot of stuff down. They've taken a lot of things out. They've fact checked a lot of things. There's still probably vile things up there that people are sharing. And he's saying, can't get everything or whatever, but they have a good platform, whether you agree with them or not.